Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me. What I want to talk about in this video is an article that I want to read to you guys in reference to comedian Dave Chappelle criticizing comedian Katt Williams for his what he would propose to be attacks against black comedians. Now, let me point something out before I read this article from Breitbart News. Sometimes I do cover pop culture, so I don't just deal with politics. I also cover pop culture situations because I feel that and believe adamantly that pop culture is more influential to the minds of millions of people in this country than the politicians are. So sometimes you're going to see me covering pop culture as well. Some people might not like that too much. Some people might like it, but that's just how I do sometimes. I mix it up. And two, also is entertaining. Okay, so let's get right into this article because I do have something to say about this. I think there's a little bit more going on here than meets the eye. Because whether you like Katt Williams or whether you like Dave Chappelle or whether you dislike them both, hey, that's left up to the opinion of the individual. But the article starts off, comedian Dave Chappelle recently called out comedian Katt Williams for throwing shade at fellow black comedians during a past interview wherein Williams characterized them as either frauds or deviants. I know you guys have all seen that already. But the article goes on to see the actual interview, but the article goes on to say, as Breitbart News reported, Katt Williams recently appeared on the Club Shay Shay podcast, wherein he launched into a conspiracy Latin tirade and claimed that 2024 would be the year that Hollywood's, quote, big D, D-I-C-K, deviants get exposed. Race is not where the line is drawn, he said. And I did get a chance to hear that. That was a bombshell interview, but it's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side, period. All these big D deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you're Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. That's all, and anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light, he added. Katt Williams likely was referring to the recent lawsuits filed against Diddy claiming sexual assault. He also said that he was canceled for speaking out against accused pedophile Michael Jackson and convicted sex offender R. Kelly. And I don't know exactly what he said about Michael Jackson or whatever. You know, did he believe Michael Jackson did these things or not? That's another story all in and of itself. Williams then singled out comedian Kevin Hart and rapper Chris Ludacris Bridges for scalding, referring to Hart as a studio plant that earned nothing. He also claimed that Ludacris had made deals with the Illuminati, which is interesting, right? You know, I mean, how would you know that, you know? How would you know that he made deals with the Illuminati? Illuminati is supposedly a global secret society. Anyway, he already had his deals when he got here. Have you heard of a comedian that came to L.A., these were Katt Williams' words, and in his first year in L.A., he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person, Williams said. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definition of these words. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. I do agree with Katt Williams here. Satan can't create anything. He can't. He imitates. Satan is an imitator, okay? So I agree with him here. That includes blessings for his people. That's different because if you can sell your soul to Satan, so to speak, and he will give you the world. He tried to offer that to Jesus in the wilderness. Did he not? Those that are familiar with that story. He took Jesus to the pinnacles of the hill and pinnacles of the temple and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and said, these I will give to you because they belong to me. I will give to you, bow down and worship me. So he can bless you in that sense in terms of giving you all the kingdoms of the world, all the riches of the world. He can make you filthy rich because after all, all of these possessions diverted into the hands of Lucifer, i.e. Satan, when Adam and Eve disobeyed God. I know some of you might not believe in that, but that's, when God created Adam and Eve, in your little biblical history, when God created Adam and Eve, and he gave them dominion over the earth, dominion over the animal kingdom, and dominion over the earth. They had rulership of the earth. When they disobeyed God, their rulership and kingdom and dominion diverted to Lucifer by default. So now he's the God of this world, which means he controls the goods and possessions of this world. Therefore, if anyone worships him, he'll give it all to them. So in terms of Satan blessing his people, that can be debated because I think he can give you things. But anyway, so he goes on to say, that's why you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is it to act like it didn't happen. Is to act like it didn't happen, he said. Chappelle addressed those comments while on stage at Monterey's at the Hollywood Improv last Friday, knocking Williams for, quote, painting an ugly picture of fellow black comedians. And so here's what Chappelle says. He says, what part of the game is this? He only uttered Niggas, N-words, okay? He didn't say anything about any of these white boys. None of these white boys function like that, Chappelle said of Williams. Katt is one of the best painters in the game. So why are you drawing ugly pictures of us? Stop. Chappelle said that Katt Williams must be, quote, a hurt person looking to hurt people. Hurt people. But I am a hurt person, but that never hurt people. And he does it all the time. F this one, F that one, and F this one, Chappelle said. But nigga, that's what he said, right? I didn't hear anything that you did wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong. Let me rephrase that. He didn't do nothing wrong. Katt didn't do nothing wrong. Katt was talking about S that Niggas did to other ends, but not about anything that ends did to him. End of article. Yeah. So you heard those words, brief words, placed in the Breitbart News article. Yeah, I think that that's pretty crazy, but I just want to start off with the fact that I know that a lot of people look at this like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But in the minds of a lot of black people, they see this as a big deal. In the minds of apparently Dave Chappelle, he sees this as a big deal. In the minds of Marlon Wayans, and I did a 1-minute video on him, I believe, he sees this as a big deal. Because Marlon Wayans stated that, and I'm paraphrasing his words, that he is getting tired of other black comedians dogging out other black comedians or black actors in addition to that who dress as females. He mentions his movie White Chicks. He mentions, but he also mentions, Marlon Wayans mentions movies with white actors that dom themselves in female attire. What was his name? Dustin Hoffman from Tootsie. Robin Williams from Miss Doubtfire. Some other films that, you had white actors dressing as females. And Marlon Wayans mentioned that, and he said they never get dogged out. I'm paraphrasing that word. They never get dogged out. They never get called names. They never get are never told they're selling out to their people, whatever. And he says, he said, he even said along the lines that they get Oscars and get praise for these kind of things. He says, when we do it, we're selling out. We're sexualizing our own, we're just, and my comment to that was in the 1-minute video was, if there is a conspiracy to feminize men per se, it's a conspiracy against all, because clearly white men have dressed in female attire as well as black men. Now, one could argue black men do it more than whites, but I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. Okay. Still a line of one particular black people, church people don't want me to say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I borrowed his words. I'm going to say it anyway. Black people, unfortunately, we tend to do more negative things than we do good things. I mean, look at, we got the highest abortion rate, negative. We got the highest crime and homicide rate, negative. We have the highest highest illiteracy rate, negative. Come on, it's really bad. It's really bad. We have the highest unemployment rate among other races, negative. We do all the negative stuff. We all do everything, unfortunately, all the negative stuff more than we do all the good stuff, So you could argue, well, whites are white men are dressing as women as well as black men, and there's a conspiracy to feminize men, is to feminize men in general. And okay, you could argue that, but then somebody said, well, blacks, they do it more. Yeah, they do it more. That's the problem. They do it more. So anyway, having said all that nonsense, here is my old take on this. If Katt Williams is telling the truth, okay, about all of this stuff going on in the industry, about all of these black actors selling their soul, saying, you know what, hey, I want that role, I want that money, I'm willing to bend over and let you plug me, okay? In so many ways. I mean, it is what it is. I'm willing to do it. If that's the truth, okay, and Katt Williams is exposing it, okay, you could argue, well, man, stop dogging us black actors out, us black comedians out. Stop doing that. Yeah, but unfortunately, we are the ones doing it more than everybody else is. Who's really selling out? Is it Katt Williams selling out by exposing a lot of these black comedians who are willing to do these type of things? Is it him selling us out? Or is it these black comedians and black actors selling themselves out to the money? Who's really selling us out? And who's really making us look bad? Who's really making the black comedians rather look bad? Is it Katt Williams? Or is it the black comedians who will say something dumb like, I'm not going to dress as a woman, and then go right behind and dress as a woman? Wasn't that what was his name? Kevin Hart did? From what I understand, Kevin Hart said he was never dressed as a woman. I remember seeing the interview. Next thing you know, he dresses as a woman sometime later. What happened? You just lied to us, bruh. Who's selling out? Who's making a mockery of black comedians? Is it Katt Williams revealing these realities and saying, look, man, what's more important? Your integrity and the imagery that you present to the American people in reference to black comedians, or money and fame and fortune? I'm just saying, like I said, I wasn't there. I'm just giving you another spin on that. Who's really selling out who? Now, I can understand Dave Chappelle's point of, you putting down all these black actors and stuff like this. But I'm thinking that black comedians, whatever, but I'm thinking that Dave Chappelle would kind of have his back. Because Dave Chappelle stated in an interview some years ago, and you all know that interview on the Oprah Winfrey Show, he stated, and I'm paraphrasing some of the words he said, that a producer tried to get him to wear a dress in a particular movie he was supposed to be in, some kind of movie or whatever. And Dave Chappelle intensely refused to do so. The producer kept coming back, trying to get him to do it. He refused to do so. What was this? And Dave Chappelle was basically saying in so many words in the interview, what is this objective to get black actors to dress as women? What's up with that? And that was basically the flavor of what Dave Chappelle was saying in the interview. What's up with these producers and filmmakers in Hollywood trying to do, and what's up with them trying to get black actors to dress as women? Wasn't that what you said, my brother Dave, some years ago? You basically was exposing the industry for what it is, what it was, and what it is, and what it's been all along. Okay. Now all of a sudden that Katt Williams is coming out and hitting all these people. He didn't hit you, he didn't hit you, Dave, because clearly it seems that you didn't give in to that. From what we can understand, okay, he didn't hit you. So I would think that Dave would have Katt Williams back, but apparently not. Apparently not. The situation with Marlon Wayans. Look, I understand Marlon Wayans' point of view, and he had a valid point of view, and I made that point, and I agree with his point of view to some extent in the 1 minute video I did. But if this is true, if what Katt Williams is saying is true, and he's not saying it's based on the fact that he was hurt and he wants to hurt other people, the truth is the light. Right? Now let me end the video on this. Regardless, though, of whether or not this is true or not, let's assume it's all true. Let's assume that everything Katt Williams is saying about a lot of these black male celebrities dressing as women and all this kind of stuff and having sex with men and all this kind of stuff to get popularity and fame. Let's assume all this is absolutely true. At the end of the day, it probably won't matter. And the reason why I say that is because people are going to go see them anyway. People are still going to see Kevin Hart. They're still going to go to stand-up comedian shows. They're still going to watch his movies. You know what I mean? It won't even matter because they're going to still go see these actors. And I think the main reason for that is because these actors and comedians are entertaining to them. And most people that go to hear them and see them are going to hear them and see them because they want to laugh and have a good time. So they'll bypass any deviant thing that they may have done. Unfortunately, they will bypass all of that and buy the tickets and go see them and make these deviants, as he calls them, okay, rich anyhow. Okay. Me personally, I really don't care. I'm not into what's his name? I just said it, Kevin Hart. I never did like him that much anyway. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't think he's all that funny. It had nothing to do with whatever he did sexually, whatever, except dressed as a woman. But that's another story. I'm going to go deep into that. But the point is that it don't matter to me. But the whole point is this: at the end of the day, it don't even matter because people are going to go see him anyway. So what difference does it make? So let's see how this turns out, right? Let's see how this turns out. Let's see if these black actors and so forth say, man, you know what? We need to straighten up our game. We're not going to bend over for anyone else. We're going to have some morals and integrity. We're not going to sell our soul for money. We're not going to do that. Let's see if that happens. I highly doubt it, but let's see. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all and see you again.